Good Friday evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609, and it is Beer 30. Friday afternoon. Here's to you, here's to me. Let me take that cap off so I don't hurt my teeth. Here's to you. Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. Muy bueno. Cerveza es el gudo. So, what's happening? Well, let me tell you what's happening. I got a fire up there in the fireplace on the TV. Woo! Feels warm in here, babe. Actually, it's about 62 degrees inside, and outside it's kind of overcast. You know, one of those winter days that you get every now and then. Not much wind, but the temperature is about 50, overcast, and I would say it's damp, but it's not really. The humidity is not that high, but you know, there's a chill in the air. You know what I mean? Somebody says, "Man, there's a chill in the air." Well, there is. I mean, it's one of those days you just kind of can't get warm. So, but Beer 30 will help me greatly because that's what beer does. It's good for you. I'm just kidding. You do your own thing. If you want to drink iced tea, whatever, water, whatever your choice is for a toddy, get it and enjoy yourself and enjoy your life the best you can, like that old rooster up there. Here's to you, rooster, and here's to you guys. Beer's tasting good today. You know, have you ever had, certain days for some reason, beer just kind of goes down easier than other days? I don't know why, but today this is my first one. I took my one beer walk and I didn't quite finish the beer, but I will. Don't worry. Old Rusty will get it. And I take a walk. It's about a mile this time of the day. Every day I do my stretches and then take a walk. And I take one full beer with me. But I got back this time, I had about this much left, so I got to get rid of it before it goes bad. You know what I mean? So this has been a good week. I hope it's been a good week for you. Got a lot done, made a few million decisions, which I usually do, and that's what makes my life fun for me, is, constantly coming up with crap to do, because without it, it's kind of dull for me, because I am retired and retarded and all that stuff. And, when you say retarded, it's like you were tarded before and now you're retarded, you know what I mean? You did it again. You're like retired, you're tired, now you're redoing it. So enough said about that. I think of these things. But yeah, back in the Class C motorhome, and baby, I love it, love it, love it. I'm telling you, for me, the Class C motorhome is muy bueno. And there has been a real sea change in the way business is done as compared to the way it was 5 years ago or less. I mean, a total sea change, man. A total sea change. I mean, to buy a car nowadays, I don't know what you got to do. I mean, if you go to CarMax or Car Gurus or a dealership or whatever, they ain't got anything. I mean, they don't have any new cars. And what else, man? Just a lot, and I don't know, some of the stuff on the shelves at stores is a little, it's not as much stuff as we've always had, but I don't know. It's not stuff I need anyway. But so what you got to do, guys, is enjoy your life the best you can. I mean, that fireplace and that screen, let me tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is, because you might want to watch it. It's a good fireplace. It's called Cozy Crackling Fireplace 4K, no music. And you'll see it. It's a good fire, man. It's a good one. You know what I mean? Did I not leave it up there long enough? Anyway, no, it's a good one. So if you want to watch a fire on your TV that's kind of, it's got a good crackling, popping noise, just like it is a real fireplace. They just recorded it. So, but anyway, been busy this week. And and then Monday, you know that one, is washer dryer day. I get my washer and dryer, hopefully. I mean, I haven't got any emails, I haven't got any calls, But the last I heard was it was going to be delivered Monday between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. You believe in the tooth fairy? I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. And anyway, hey, a shout out to Levi Brewer, the man that's man with a plan that was it living in Capitan. He is on the road again. He's looking for a home still, and good luck to you, Levi. Keep your health, and don't be in a hurry, man. Take it one day at a time. And yeah, just kind of go easy, so to speak, and enjoy a little cerveza as you can. You know, actually, have you noticed that when you start drinking beer, that when you put the beer down, your mouth gets dry kind of quicker than it normally does? I've noticed that, so I have to do this more rapidly, I guess. What I really like about being back in the Class C motorhome or being back in any RV that I've owned, you know, they're so small and compact that everything is just right there. You know, you can just reach, like if I want something out of the refrigerator, I can almost get it out without getting up. And that's good. You know, I mean, it's just, I don't know, I've just gotten used to this over the years, and that home, I'm going to call it, it's a tiny home, a small home, under 400 square feet. It's just right there. And I own it. And I'm proud of that. I'm glad I own it because, man, today is, strange times. So, but it's a little inconvenient. But later on, I mean, at some time in my life, in the next several years, I'll probably be living in it full time. You know, I may do some more work on it. I don't know. Something, you know, just, you know, it's a camp house, basically. It's a place to camp. I've also done some planning for the future, you know, sort of, just as you know, my plans change. Not often, but about every second. So, but it looks like now that I'll probably go out to New Mexico and stay at an RV park, possibly, for by the month. And then I'll stay in one place and then go to another place. Or stay at if it's a good place and I'm contented, I'll just stay there. Now, as far as getting a tow vehicle, hell, if I wanted one, I couldn't get one. I mean, jeez, if they hadn't given me such a good deal on my old Dents, my 2021 manual transmission, I'd still have it. But hell, I couldn't pass it up. I was making money trading cars, man. Shit, come on. And so, yeah, but I may get me something to tow. You know, you can get they make a Honda Fit manual transmission, but they don't know if they're going to make it in 2022 or not. Big deal. They make that... what is it, a Kia something, I can't remember. There's a few that are manual transmission that are like under around 20,000, and that would work for me because I can trade my car in and wouldn't be too much difference, and get a faceplate put on and stuff. So it's not a big deal, and I've got several months before I need to worry about that anyway. But man, I tentatively, I thought I'd find out kind of where I was on the deal. And I tell you, man, you go to these car gurus and CarMax, the phone rings, and you finally get somebody on the phone, and they're in a call center. You know, and the car is located in somewhere in California. Get out of here, you know? What the hell is that? You know, but that's the world we live in. I said things are changing, and they really, really are. So, what else can I tell you? There was a song that stuck in my mind today. You know, come on, sweet pea. Come on and dance with me. You remember that one? Some of you old timers do. I know you do. You got to, you know. Yeah, I remember that song. Come on, sweet pea. I thought that was too cool. You know, I can't remember the girl. Yeah, I do remember her name. Yeah, I remember. Sure do. She's still alive, though. I better not mention it. Yeah. Yeah, I was in love. You know that love stuff. 4-letter word that ends in K. I'm telling you the truth. Anyway, guys, chug-a-lug. I got to get me another beer here in a second. But the purpose of this video, if there's any purpose at all, which there's none, is to just chill out, relax, do a sanity thing, you know, a sanity check, and watch me pick my nose. But no, I call it a sanity session. Well, a sanity session is where you kind of get around a group of people that are like-minded, and you exchange thoughts and reinforce your sanity or insanity, depending on which side of the coin you're on. But we have a good group of Rangers. All you guys leave great comments, and send me emails and help me with stuff. And there's always a few that are going to try to take old boy down. What are you gonna do to me? I'm 76 years old. I mean, I've already lived longer than the average person in the U.S. and the world probably. Then I'm good. So every day to me is like hello, thank you, and so. But yeah, as far as doing the videos, like today, I did a mail call, and then I did this one here, Beer 30, and it's going to be like that, guys. I mean, I'm not traveling, and I'm not going to do any real work. I'm just not going to do it, and so and that's not bad. I mean, for some of you guys that like the simpler videos on YouTube, where there's no real challenge, there's no politics, no religion, no shouting at you, no drones and shit that make you dizzy or whatever. I don't have any of that, but those people that do, I respect them, and I think they do great movies. Actually, they're not really videos; they're like movies. But mine are like what they are. They're going to be like this for a long time till I ain't here no more. And what else can I tell you guys? This area for me, Bracketville, Texas, right here at Fort Clark Springs. Man, it's so nice, man. I'm telling you, I live right to and you've seen it. Right out here to my left is a pasture with mesquite trees and cactus and stuff, and I got a beautiful view there of the cactus and the mesquite trees, and it's just so pleasant. This is my big window on the side of the RV that you can actually see out. I mean, and it's really nice, man. And then I can take a walk around these little roads and trails and that 1,800 acres of stuff there. And yeah, and no one's ever there. Hardly ever do I see anybody. I see deer, a lot of deer, and that's about it. Every now and then I see some turkeys, but not often. And yeah, it's been really good for me, and I'm pleasantly so. I don't know how I got here, and you don't either. I mean, I'll tell you how it happened after I get another beer, because this one's drained or will be. Another dead soldier, guys. Hang on, let me get a beer. Take a pause for the calls, guys. Y'all get you another beer too. I'll be right after these messages. I'll be right back. Right back. I will be right back, as in left back, right back. Yes, sir. Life is what you make it. And thank God I have made my life. Oh, I got to get that out. That's part of my supper. And I've got to get this out too. I'll tell you what I'm going to have for supper. That'll be a biggie. I'll tell you. Here I am. He's back. Yeah, I hope y'all heard some of what I was saying. If you didn't, I'll kind of semi-repeat it. Well, the only thing bad about these twist-offs, they are damn tough to twist off sometimes. For me. Anyway, for my supper tonight, breakfast, dinner, supper for me, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for thee. Okay? But anyway, I'm going to have one farm fresh egg with some pinto beans and sour cream and a little salsa, not much, and what else? Something else. Oh, I'm going to mix in some avocado and melt some cheese on all that. And then I've got 2 corn tortillas that are getting ready right now. They were frozen and they're thawing out. And then that'll be it. And I'll just kind of make a little dip thing out of it. You know what I mean? That's pretty good. I mean, and read a book. Oh, I love it. On a night like this, get out of here, man. I'll be reading a book and I'll be gone duck. But I've gotten me a fresh beer. So here's to you, here's to me. Should we ever disagree? You know it's me. Yeah. Enjoy your life, guys. Oh, that's good, man. Of course, I've been drinking beer longer than 90% of you have been alive. And, of course, I started drinking beer when I was about, 10, 12 years old in Kennedy, Texas. And, yeah, you could, beer was like water, give me a container of water, and nobody even thought about it. Beer was 25 cents for a long neck beer at the bar, the Friendly Bar. And I used to go in there with some friends of mine, buddies, and shoot pool for a nickel a stick. and we would play scratch pool. You know what I mean? And what do they call it? The total score on all the pool balls is 121, I think. And so whoever got 61 first won. That was straight pool. And it was good. I enjoyed it. We played, of course, we played 8-ball, 9-ball, and all that stuff. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, and it was, and those were low smoky. Well, the bars back then weren't too smoky because there were no air conditioners, and there were no air conditioned bars that I went in, and back then, and so all the windows were open, the doors were open, and so yeah, it was okay. And yeah, if I got ready for a beer, if I had a quarter, I'd just go up there and they'd give me a beer, no problem. Nobody ever asked any questions, and it was just a whole different world. I mean, it was a different planet. I mean, when we land on Mars, we're probably going to land in the 1930s. You know what I mean? That would be great. So, but totally different, man. Totally, totally, totally different. So different. You can't comprehend the differences. I mean, we had one police officer in that little town. It was about, I don't know, back then maybe it could have been 2,500, 2,800 people back then. And that was a fairly nice sized town. Had a feed store, two grocery stores, maybe three, and a drugstore, two drugstores, a bank, one bank owned by the family that owned the town and all the property around it. And that's true in most places. But yeah, it was, oh God, it was so different, man. I just, how would I say it? If well, let's just say that, let's make it easy. Let's say that high blood pressure was 100, which it isn't, but let's just say it was. And low blood pressure was 0. That means you're dead. The blood pressure in Kennedy, Texas in the 1950s was about 20. I mean, maybe. Or 15. All right. I mean, it wasn't much going on there, There was no stress. And it was stress because people were trying to survive, but other than that, it was just, how y'all doing? Oh, fine, how are you? That's about it. Everybody talked to one another, and the only way things were communicated by word of mouth. We did have a newspaper called the Kennedy Advance, and I know you've heard me talk about this before, and yeah, it was just. But no, in fact, probably most of the people that lived in Kennedy, Texas, when I lived there, that lived in town, saw a whole different world than I did. I lived on a farm 3 miles out of town. Occasionally, I'd either ride a bicycle in town when I had one, or walk into town, and yeah. But other than that, see, there were no. You see, if you lived in town, all your buddies lived within a couple of blocks. You see, but living out in the country like I did, everybody was 3 miles away, and so I didn't see what back then you'd had to call a friend. I had looked back, and I don't call them friends now. I promise you that. Never mind. Enough said. But it was a different world. I mean, I looked at things so totally different. So I remember this though. They were very destructive of other people's property, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, I could not believe it. I remember one guy. He's gone now. Most of them are, but we passed by the back of a hardware store on the way back to school, and there were some big glass jugs, sitting on a rack out back. So what does this idiot do? He picks one up and busts it on the ground. He picks another one. I said, "What the hell are you doing, man?" And he said, "Let's go. Shit, you did it." Anyway, so we did. We left, and of course, they didn't take them long to find out who did it. I mean, there's only a few people in Kennedy, Texas that did things. Yeah, I remember they came up to us, and I told them, I said, "Hey, man, I ain't gonna rat on the guy, but he did it. I ain't going down for you, dog, you idiot." And so anyway, he knew it. He admitted. He fessed up. Said, "Yeah, I'm sorry." All that tears and shit. Anyway, they took him to his dad. His dad was the general manager at Schlumberger in town. One of the wealthier people. And they didn't do anything. They just made him go clean it up and pay for the bottle. Big deal. He didn't go to prison. They didn't call out a SWAT team and all that crap. But there were other things, man. I'll tell you another one. And I hate this one. I even hate this memory. But I'll tell you. on on any holidays, we'd ride around popping firecrackers and stuff. We'd throw them out the window and scare people and crap. Back then you had cherry bombs and M80s, and they're like basically little hand grenades. Okay, they got a fuse that'll burn underwater and boom and all that shit. And they'll hurt you if you hold one in your hand. It'll blow fingers off. And so anyway, we were riding around one night, and of course, I don't know, we were probably having a quart. We always get a quart of beer. If you get a quart of beer for 50 cents, and so we'd ride around and drink a quart of beer. And anyway, there was a janitor. God, I hate this, but anyway, he was the janitor at the high school. I like the old man. I still do. I mean, he's dead, but so we go by there. We go by the high school. We were going to drive through the parking lot and just make a loop and go back into town. And for some reason, God, one of these city geniuses decided that they would bomb Joe was his name, Joe's car. Of course, it was an old Chevrolet. In fact, it was old as dirt, man. And but it ran, and he always had it parked in the same place in front of the high school, and he was the night watchman or whatever you call it. Anyway, we go by. Of course, the windows are down, and two of the guys threw cherry bombs inside the car, and boom, boom, and I didn't like that a bit. I didn't like it a bit, man. I'm out. I'm done. You can stick a fork in me. We don't do that, guys. But anyway, the two people that did it, I still recall today. One of them's still alive. And anyway, so, we go, we make a loop, go back into town, like we were never going to get caught. And we never did, fortunately. So we go back into town, ride around, and the girls had a loop too. The girls in town had their car or two, and it was a little bit of town. Everybody kind of rode around in the same circles like little mice in a maze. And every now and then you'd bump into each other and chase each other for a minute and then disappear and come back. It was silly shit. You know what I mean? Kids do crap like that. But anyway, so then we ended up back out by the high school. But as we came into the parking lot, I noticed, the other people noticed in the car, there was smoke coming out of Joe's car. I said, "Oh shit, his car's on, man. His car's on fire. We can get out and we put that fire. Oh shit, no, man. Let's get out of here." So the vote was dead against me. Let's get the hell out of here. So we got the hell out of there. But anyway, basically what we did, or they did, was one of the firecrackers somehow started a fire or blew it up, started a fire in the front seat, and the whole front seat just burned, to nothing. And the next time I saw Joe in his car, he was sitting on a 5-gallon can. You understand? And I thought, a lot, and my buddies, some of them, no, not some of them, unfortunately, all of them thought that was funny. You understand? Because they grew up in town. I grew up in the country where, we had respect for stuff. And they didn't. Or not like I had anyway. And from that point forward and after a couple other incidents, I really became not a recluse, but a kind of a loner, with one eye open, like, come on, guys. And I didn't fit in that well because I didn't want to do some of the things they did. And it wasn't because I was a mama baby or a wuss or any of that crap. It was just, having a little respect for, of course, we weren't that wealthy out in the country. We were probably just above the poverty line, you know what I mean? And so, you respect things, if you follow me. And but old Joe, I always wanted to somehow make that good, to get that car seat back, but never did. I grew up and things worked out. But hell, I'll tell you one more. This is another similar, no respect for property shit, and I'll feel better. Of course, I got to have a swallow of beer to give me the courage to tell you this silly thing. But it's like a mob syndrome, you know what I mean? Well, anyway, there were 4 of us in the car, and one of them, well, I don't know how to tell this without giving away the people involved. Well, I'll say this. They had a place out in the country where they raised cattle or whatever. And there was a guy that lived there, that kind of caretaker sort of guy that lived there in the old house. And, they had chickens, or he did. He didn't have a wife. It was just him by himself. And he was gone most of the time. Or he'd go into town in the evenings, go to the friendly bar and get drunk. which, a lot of men did back then, or his type of guy. So, we saw his car in front of the Friendly Bar, and this one guy says, well, hey, let's go out to what's his name's place and check it out, see what he's got. And I'm thinking, well, okay, I'm in for the ride. So we go out, and of course we were drinking our usual quart apiece and getting that beer muscle, you know what I mean? And so, we get out there, and I didn't see anything, just an old house and some chickens, and anyway, this one guy, two guys, they had their shotguns in the car because they had been bird hunting or something. I'm not sure what the hell they'd been doing. They must tell him shooting people for all I know. No, they never did that. But anyway, they had shotguns. I didn't have anything, and so we get out, and the first thing this one guy does, and I couldn't even, I still can't believe it today, man. He said, hey, what's his name left the light on in his kitchen. And I thought, well, yeah, that's pretty smart, so he can see when he gets back, I didn't say that, but I thought it. About this time, pa-doom, pa-doom. Turned that light out, didn't I? I thought, he shot right through the front door, man, and shot the light completely off the ceiling. You understand? That ain't all they did. And then the other guy got wired, and all of Joe's, it was Joe, his chickens were up roosting in a tree, because he didn't have a chicken coop. And anyway, he opens up on the chickens, man. I'm thinking, are you shitting me? Yeah, these were my friends, supposedly. They call me a friend. Even today, but one of them's gone, the other one's still here. Or two of them are still here, I think. But yeah, they call me friends. What the shit is that, man? No, you don't do that. No, I felt really bad about that. And that ain't all they did. That ain't all. There was others. But see, that's the difference, in my opinion, of growing up in the country just above the poverty level and learning to respect property for what it is and other people for what they are, basically, and having some caring or couth about you. I mean, I know all you guys that are watching this watching this video have done some stupid things, and you girls too, and I'm not saying that there's any, I'm not saying there's any right about it, but it's the way it was. When you're kids, you do stupid things. I know that both of the guys involved in all these situations were, I'm sure they regret that. I'm sure that, I don't know, they may not. I hate the type of people they were. I doubt it. I hate to say it. I doubt it. Here's to me, here's to you guys. Well, anyway, guys, just on a Friday evening sanity session. This has not really been a uplifter, but it's a real lifter. You guys got to know what life was when you were a kid and all the silly crap you did. And you look back and some of your memories are good, some aren't so good, but that's allowed you to be who you are, like me. It's just what I did. My past is done, and now we live in right where we are right now. And guess what? Enjoy the hell out of it. Okay, just keep going, man. Just keep going. And you can't tell any young person not to make the mistakes that you did. You can tell them, but they're not going to hear it, because that last quarter inch up here, called the human cranium, is about a quarter inch thick. It ain't going to get through that. It may in 25 or 30 years. But what else have I got to say? Not much. Oh, God, I'm on 28 minutes. What the hell is going on? But anyway, I kind of got carried away on a Friday night sanity session. But anyway, you guys, I'm not going to do another video. But with that in mind, enjoy your life the best you can. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime, but if you think about it, use the Amazon link and enjoy your life. And those stories I told you are kind of, that's the reality of youth. You know what I mean? That's the reality of youth. To some people, it may have been funny, even then. It may be funny to some of you now. But it isn't funny to do that. No. There's a buck. There's a buck deer right there. Sure is. Probably a 6-pointer. Anyway, from Fort Clark Springs, Texas, on a cool evening. Right now it's 50 degrees. Thumbs up, guys. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your sanity. And God, this thing went on a long time. Hang in there, Levi. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye. Keep your health. Enjoy your life.